We started to dance because it was cool, it was connecting, it was fun. At some point, we started learning about levels. At some point, we started learning about, this competition type of thing. But this proliferation, this expansion of Jack and Jills, which is pretty much every festival now has a Jack and Jill that now is extending in Munich. It was 4 hours. It's exhausting. And a festival will change very significantly its social night, depending of whether there is a Jack and Jill or not.
Welcome to the Bachata Cafe, a podcast about dance, connection, and psychology. That's a nice answer. Yeah, that's a great tip. Not a question that comes up. It's maybe a bit complex, but you did a lot of Jack and Jills, and I think you've won also some, right? If I remember right, or you were far in this
The
competition.
closest that I got was second.
Second, so close to winning, yeah, but you were at the top, yeah. So I would like to hear your opinion because you can, I think, give all the perspectives from all the sides. What I can see and what also people, the trend was going wide at people. I have like a good friend and he's also focusing on moves. He has like, I'm not ready to dance because I don't know 30 moves or 20 moves. And he's so scared and insecure inside so that he just tries to keep learning, going to courses and not try to dance. And I think this trend is caused like because from Jack and Jill, I mean, there are sure a lot of positive things, but what I see when I go to the socials, and I'm blessed that we can have like every day a social in Munich, that Jack and Jill changes a bit that shift to performance and not to, let's say, connection or social dancing, what it is. How do you see it? Like, is it coming from the competition side, or is it like really coming from the deeper side that a lot of people or the majority of the dancers didn't do the work and then they transport this feeling of you have to perform, you have to start the intro like an explosion, and then you have to do fancy moves, and then it was like a good dance.
So this is a good topic. Let me just start by saying what I know. I know that the beginning of Jack and Jill's, I believe it comes from swing, something like that, like from very, like 50 years ago or even more. And it was supposed to be a fun thing. The beginning of Jack and Jill's, it's kind of like a small game. It was fun. Then I think it was swing, the ones that took it. Then it was zouk, and then bachata got it. What we are seeing now, especially bachata, with the Jack and Jill culture, for me, it's a clear example of, let's say, a collective shadow of society being expressed now in the Latin community, Latin dance community. Because none of us started to dance because we wanted an award, I think. We started to dance because it was cool, it was connecting, it was fun. At some point, we started learning about levels. At some point, we started learning about, this competition type of thing. But this proliferation, this expansion of Jack and Jills, which is pretty much every festival now has a Jack and Jill that now is extending in Munich. It was 4 hours. It's exhausting. I've been in 7 of them. I made it to the podium in 6, so I kind of like know what it's required from you. And I have observed something, and a festival will change very significantly its social night, depending of whether there is a Jack and Jill or not. Friday night, Thursday night might be amazing connecting this and that. Saturday is the Jack and Jill. That night is going to be way more performative. Even maybe the Friday night because you're still rehearsing. The night that everyone normally likes more is Sundays because everyone is a bit more chill and stuff. Then you have the other side of the coin. I have been a coach in Rhythm Vibes, a festival in Madrid that is a little bit an anti everything that is going on right now. And it's coaching and marathon. There was no workshops for moves, only workshops for coaching. And there was no Jack and Jill. Instead, there was a kind of like talk of what I did on Friday night in Munich of like setting an intention for the social. Complete different energy in the social. People way more connected. The feedback was amazing. People were like having fun during the days. So in the end, what I'm seeing is that because of this culture of wanting dopamine and wanting validation and wanting the videos and wanting the social media and wanting everything, it's requiring more of this, let's say, junk food type of entertainment in the bachata scene. Is it good to have competitions and to have, healthy testing of? Sure. Is it normal to have it from 3 years or 4 years ago that there was like maybe one or two or three to have now literally one every weekend? Is it healthy? I don't think it is. I think that competition reinforces duality. You are different than mine rather than unity. We are doing the same. We're just here, And yes, there is a lot of dancers that within the Jack and Jill community, they support each other and stuff. I also see a lot of people that they have a really tough time requesting feedback for the judges. Judges also being 4 hours trying to, find a detail that would justify why this person is passing and this not. And you just like, we're just constructing something that is just super random. Who dances better? Who dances worse? Based on what? There is not even a big criteria. I've been asked to judge a few times, and sure, there's words. Oh yeah, musicality. Okay, what is for me, Antonio, musicality, and what is for them, musicality? So in the end, for me, this culture of Jack and Jills not only reinforces the performative and the competition, but it also reinforces the narrative that you need to be enough for them. Because in the end, when you don't make it, a lot of people put this post of like, yeah, I accepted, it was a good thing. I would like to believe that. I'm a coach. I have done work. I am still doing the work. I still get pissed, man, when I get that type of feedback. There is a part of me that doesn't like it because that is my ego. We all have an ego. We're never going to stop having an ego. And it hurts. So why to have that thing over and over and over and over just as a normalized thing instead of creating with that same effort, those same judges, those same spaces, maybe dynamics that they're a bit more unifying us and making us grow as a community. Because with the same resources, we could, feed a different part of us. So yeah, long answer, but I think it's a complex topic right now.
I think the answer is too short because, like, I think you can add a lot of more things to that. You try to bring it on point. Thanks for that. It's interesting because you mentioned also this El Ritmo. It was called, right? A festival last year. It was in August, I think, end of August.
Rhythm vibes, yes.
Yeah, Rhythm Vibes. Thank you. Um, would you say like maybe we need more festivals and more socials built on that?
In the end, then I don't want to say no one because as I said, I don't want to go into finites. But I would say that a huge proportion or percentage of the people that dance What we like is to social dance. We don't wake up to learn moves to receive a little score, right? Or to, yeah, it's nice to learn more moves, but in reality, in coaching, you learn that everything that we do, it serves an emotion. Why do I dance? Because I feel connection. I feel love. I feel freedom, expression, creativity, authenticity. I don't dance to learn a bunch of patterns. If I could get all of those things just by doing a basic step, I'm not ever gonna want to learn anything more than that because I just feel that. But we learn all of those things in order to feel that. If we could provoke consciously let's say, revolution in which we flipped the script and we prioritize things that help us feel more of those emotions that we pretty much all of us like to feel when we dance. We like to feel free, connected, loved, in community, authentic, all of that, fun. We wouldn't need another model. You know, other models, it only, let's say, feed another part of us, which is fine. We need to accept that, which is the ego. Yeah, sure. Let's have a few Jack and Jills here and there. But for me, the big chunk of the big part of the cake should be more, okay, let's create better spaces for what actually people are doing this for, which is to social dance, to connect, to interact with each other, to network, you know, to make festivals a place of coming together from every race, part of the world, age, class, just to do the one thing that we love and then maybe network or share. That could be beautiful.
Follow the Bachata Cafe podcast if you like it or want to be part of the community. Maybe before I ask one last question, maybe the people would also be interested and know like what would be your vision or what are your goals like personally, because you achieved I think a lot. I mean, like in my point of view, you're changing a bit also this dancing scene and you help a lot of people to come closer or maybe also reach that identity that they wish, that they want. What maybe you can give us an insight, like what is your dream, your goal, your vision personally? Maybe it has nothing to do with bachata, but yeah.
Yeah. So I believe that we are all here to serve the world in different ways. We all have a different gift. As we said before, I have this sensitivity since I'm younger. And when you're able to change the perception that you have of it from, okay, this is my weakness, into, okay, this is my superpower, I have been able to serve the world with that. What I would like is to help other people find out what is it that they are going through and how can they turn it into their superpower. And I think that for whatever reason that we have already covered, dance, it unifies us. People that actually dance together are way more open to conversations and to go deeper. Um, so we are both seeing that there is a very steep increase of people learning how to dance. And we are also seeing a very steep increase of messed up events, wars, Epstein files being released, and things that, like what the fuck is going on with the world. I believe that we are in a transition point in which we can get to choose in what world we want to live in. And I think that nothing happens by accident. So the fact that we have access to these super useful tool to express the true us and to find who we really are through dance, it could be the gateway for us to really improve as a whole, as a world, as society, whatever. So my mission is to try to build a bridge for other people to understand how to do that. Why is this important? What type of thing could they build if we would move from the heart and not from the ego? Not only in your dance. Again, I only touch dance as a vector of entry, but as your identity, how could your life improve if you really transform and become this version of you that moves from peace and from love? What could you contribute from that point onto the world? I believe my mission is to create, let's say, a movement of people that want to look deeper into themselves so we can create a domino effect, a ripple effect, and to, sure, change the dance scene and to enjoy way more together. But looking at the scale of how things are going now, I would love to go way deeper than that.
That's really nice. That's a really, really nice mission and vision. Um, Last question. What is the one thing what Bachata taught you that you have not expected that you will be taught?
Um, when I started dancing, I came from very tough years of having this injury and being really in my head about things. Um, Bachata for me at the beginning was just fun. But the moment that I went deeper and deeper, it taught me how to really connect with my body, how to really connect with myself, also with this darker side of me, which we have been talking about. And when I was able to face every single challenge that I faced, like new moves, asking the dance crush to dance, dancing with the teacher, dancing with the famous artist, performing in front of a crowd, Jack and Jill, almost winning Jack and Jill, becoming teacher. All of that journey, it was almost like a parallel story within my story. You know, it was like a mini universe inside of my universe, which I never expected when I thought about learning bachata. I just did it to, learn the dance, maybe make me some new ladies at the beginning, full disclosure. So it has been so much deeper and profound, the experience of the dance journey, that I would have never imagined. That if you ask me that question, I think that's my answer.
Nice. That's really nice. So I'm so grateful that you have been my guest today. It was so nice. I would like to talk with you. Like, I don't know, I could continue like 2-3 hours to talk to you. There are a lot of things I would like more to know, more to talk about, but regarding the time. So for all the people outside, I think if you have questions also for Antonio, I think you can reach out to him. Maybe you can say also something you want to that Instagram. I don't know what you prefer. So please help also to fulfill Antonio's vision and mission. So I will try to do my best to help you also on that mission because I'm thinking the same. Um, yeah. So you can give also your contacts if you want to now to the people if they're interested in reaching and working with you together. I can recommend it. I was at the 2 workshops and it was so great. So people, it's really worth it. Just give it a try. So here's a stage for you if you want to say something how the people can reach you out.
So thank you, Eddie, for the opportunity to be here. And to every single one of you that are tuning in, either in this, I don't know if you're going to play it in YouTube or in any short. Um, thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening to us, listening to me. Um, I would like just to invite you to maybe take this as the sign that maybe you were asking for, waiting for, to go a little bit deeper, to have curiosity. You don't need to believe me, you don't need to believe Eddie, but maybe just believe what you're feeling right now, follow that feeling, and to be curious about it. And it's a hell of a journey, and you will find a lot of things the moment that you start looking inwards. You can do it with me, you can do it with someone else, or you can do it by yourself. Whatever is your choice, it's your journey. If you would like to know more about how I work, you can always reach out in my profile of Instagram. I believe that Eddie will post it also in the description, but it's going to be antonio.laguna.coach. And over there, you can reach out if you're interested in working together, or you just like want to watch the content. There is a lot of content over there. And yeah, one more time, thank you so much for being here. It's been a pleasure and an honor to share the stage.
Thank you very much. And to all the listeners, see you in the next episode.
Thank you, guys.
If you enjoyed this episode, share it with a dancer from your bachata community. Write in the comments what your thoughts are about today's topic. And if you want to learn more about bachata, connection, and psychology, follow the Bachata Cafe. If you want to be part of the Bachata Cafe community, I will see you on the dance floor.